Welcome to Verbal Vibe Mode. It is I, Lady G, with J Star,
What
on with Beast.
What's good?
How y'all doing?
Cool, Dylan, popping.
Cool, chillin', Dylan, and poppin'.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, what?
I was one of my pins from my jacket fell off and it was in my chair. It poked me.
Why?
I don't know. That's why I was like, didn't you just hear me?
Why are you wearing a jacket in a chair inside?
Right, what is going on over there?
No, it fell off my jacket. It was on my chair.
Oh, okay.
How you doing, Lady G?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking.
No problem.
You're welcome.
We care.
Oh
we
my
care.
god. Okay, sure. Yes, J Star cares. This is the first episode of a little mini series where we'll be covering 90s culture. Today, you're going to join us on our journey of nostalgia through cartoons.
Cartoons. Oh, I'm
again
doing
and
it
again.
again.
Every episode.
Yeah.
Every episode.
Of course you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it every episode. Like you have been doing.
Every single one.
I would be concerned if you missed one. I'd be very concerned.
That shit is crazy.
Oh man, I don't know. Did anybody? How are we even gonna? So many good cartoons in the '90s, like, and so many freaking options. I mean, you had Kids WB, you had stuff on ABC, you had stuff on Cartoon Network, the Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, even stuff like freaking UPN. Today, watching your cartoons, very limited, unless you have like streaming services, which everybody and their mama should have. But then again, it's just, rehashing old stuff. And even Cartoon Network today, may it rest in peace. And
Basically.
their shows are trash. Their shows are mad trash. I don't understand how they just let it just go to complete garbage. Like, we had a conversation pretty much. I mean, we had a conversation earlier, like the last good shows were Adventure Time, Regular Show, and Amazing World of Gumball.
But do kids watch cartoons as we did?
That's a good question.
I don't really think they do.
I don't think
so. What is it?
They're on the social medias. They're TikToking.
I think that is what they thought. How we used to watch cartoons.
Yeah.
Like they thought we were just watching it for the flashing colors and lights, not knowing that those had stories.
Yeah, and education.
Yeah.
To be honest, real life situations.
Oh yeah.
So they're just like, well, it's been working for years. Like, no, it hasn't. This is new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you guys put some effort into it back in the day. Even Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote chases had some type of depth to them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With no words. It was a silent cartoon.
I don't know. I mean, that is a very good question. I mean, every once in a while you see kids talking about cartoons and stuff like that, but most of the time, yeah, it's just like they said, social media, tablets, video games. And granted, back in the 90s, we had video games that, I mean, it wasn't like that was brand new to us. It's been an ongoing thing. By the time the 90s hit, it was just, I don't know.
We weren't as immersed with it.
Yeah.
Like, we grew up with it, but we weren't like that, I don't want to say interested in it because it was just there. We didn't use it as our primary.
Like, cartoons was, if you wasn't watching cartoons, you was outside. That's how it was back in the 90s. Like, by 8 o'clock, once Batman was over, you was outside.
Yeah. In my case, the hallway.
Like, you had a whole other thing to do. But why is your playground the hallway? Oh, well, yeah, okay, never mind. Makes sense. Let me go ahead and shut up.
Yeah.
But no, I recall watching a lot of Batman animated adventures. Or the animated series. I don't know which one they decided to go with that one, but I watched a bunch of that as a kid all the time. It was that freaking Mummies Alive, a lot of Beast Machine. And you said what?
No, I was saying a lot of Beast Machine.
A lot of Beast Machine. A lot of cartoons back then. They just threw them on TV.
All right.
And if they didn't run for long, they would literally replay the same season.
You would know the season before they would move on to the next thing. Like, you didn't even need to buy a DVD, and back then it was a VHS copy.
That's true.
Of like the 4 episodes they would give you on those VHS.
Like a lot of times, you didn't know if the show was canceled. Like you'd just be watching it,
Yes, they would do the rerun over and over again.
and you think, "Oh, okay, this
Yeah.
is a rerun. Maybe I catch a new."
4 months go past, and you're like, then a year, you're like, yo, they still
The
showing
older
this
you
shit?
get, the more you catch on. We enjoyed every bit of it. Like there was so many cartoons on
Right,
that
and
you
I still
really
pay.
didn't complain about nothing. If you didn't like this one, you had options to watch something else. It was so many options. PBS, which is, mad educational, they even had shows that were popping. I grew up watching Arthur. I didn't have cable, so Arthur is by far one of my favorite shows.
Oh, Arthur's Life. That's literally what I was about to
Yeah.
say. As far as something that can still watch, like, comfortably and not
Hmm.
have a problem with it, and is
Man,
still running to
how
this
long?
day.
When did Arthur even come out?
96.
I already earlier, Jay. Really? I already
Yeah.
feel old.
No, well, Mark Brown made the
Yeah,
books earlier than that since, like, the '70s, sure, but
I used to have
actual
a
TV
couple of
series,
Arthur books.
96. I still have my collection. I'm still collecting.
Man, I, w- I think they're at my parents' house. I would have to go, but oh my goodness,
Such a good show.
I love Arthur so
It's
much.
so
It is
good.
so good. And then they had other crap shows like Liberty Kids and stuff like that, but that was garbage. Arthur,
You know you you watched that. Why you gonna that was your
I
favorite show,
hated
don't
hated
front.
Liberty Kids.
It was
That was
nothing
his
else
Oh
on
my
favorite
TV. He
show.
goodness.
had to watch that. So anybody, if that person knows about Liberty Kids, knows about this, nothing on TV. That's all you had to watch.
Yo, that was the bad part. If you walk into your friend's house and they watching Liberty Kids, you know they had nothing else.
Nothing else.
Their brain
There's
only told
nothing.
them this is a cartoon,
Colors, animation,
and
yes.
I'm
Sit down.
You
satisfied.
walk in like, you want punishment?
But it's
Like,
funny
in
because
trouble?
that was mad
Damn.
educational. Like, they really did their part on showing a lot of.
Yeah.
They really showed everything from
Mhm.
slavery to Benjamin Franklin to.
Yeah.
I mean, the show
See, but-
sucked, but they showed a lot. So,
Can't say that.
it was so bad.
Yeah, they did.
Oh my
See,
goodness!
I was more of a
I
Hysteria
do
guy.
remember
Remember that?
Hysteria.
Remember Hysteria?
Mhm.
When it came to history stuff, Hysteria was my shit because it was funny, inaccurate, but it was also
Yeah.
somewhat accurate. Just the times.
With actually teaching you stuff, like you be sitting there like, I learned that from a cartoon. Man, that's good stuff. We need these shows back. Better.
No, don't say it.
Don't-
Please don't say it. We don't need these shows back. These shows still exist. You can find a lot of these on your favorite streaming services.
Man,
Collect the DVDs if you have to.
Right.
Please, no reboots or
what's
revamps of
a
any of these.
DVD?
Oh yeah, because we did say that.
A Divid,
We did.
a
What
Divid,
is
a
a
Blu-ray.
DVD?
Nah, no. Please, no reboots. Just literally
Shoot.
keep them alive on these streaming platforms,
Hey.
since that is accessible to most, if not a lot of people out there. I don't want any revamps of Hey Arnold, please.
Oh
Get a
man,
VHS.
I'm not even gonna hold you. That last Hey Arnold movie was not that.
VHS.
Don't do that.
It wasn't that good.
It wasn't bad. Don't do that. Magic School Bus was fire. The new one, no, thank
I
you.
still got to
Yeah, I
replace
don't.
the window because of Magic School Bus.
That's hard now.
Why?
That doesn't even exist
That's
to
what I'm
me.
saying. Like,
Why
I
did
still
they
got to
do
replace
that?
the
I
window
don't
over that.
listen.
I seen that.
I don't know
now,
why
It-
they're doing that, but sure.
There's some things that you just can't touch. Like Animaniacs, I think I seen like
Ooh.
1 or 2 episodes of the new stuff.
That was rough.
But the thing is, with Animaniacs, it was not. I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't PC. Like Animaniacs
it
was
wasn't.
just straightforward. Here's raunchy humor for kids. And
It's like literally written by adults. Hear these
Literally,
jokes. If
the
your parents
finger-
hear them, they gonna laugh too.
The fingerprints joke. The fingerprints joke, though. Like, and if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, please do yourself a favor. Look up the fingerprints joke. And not fingerprints as in a handprint, but fingerprints as in prints or the singer or the artist formerly known as. You will not regret it.
Google's already spazzing out. Like, what is going on here?
You gotta type that whole thing in too.
Did anybody watch the reboot of Rocco on Netflix?
No,
No,
I didn't
I
either.
I
Okay.
was
but
too afraid.
I was
I was
too.
too.
That's why I didn't.
I was like, I didn't want my childhood to get
they
Yeah.
had
fucked up.
that. They did
Reboot.
Invader Zim. They
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I dodged that one too.
They're going to do the Powerpuff Girls
Oh,
live
listen,
action.
Yeah.
they
Ugh.
already revamped Powerpuff Girls as a cartoon. And I
Yeah,
almost
and I
skipped
didn't.
watching
I
it.
didn't watch
It
that. I
was straight
refused.
trash.
That's a hard
yeah,
no.
That's the thing. It's
Hard no
just,
for me.
if you're gonna do it exactly the same. There was something about the
Mm.
animation back then that was just, it was like bar none. Like it was, I don't even
Yeah.
know how to
It's
put it.
original. It's unique, and it was like traditional animation. Like that's why it sticks with
Yeah.
us. Like them actually using cells and items that they were about to pick up getting lighter before they actually interacted with the item. Like, oh, they're about to pick up the,
Yeah.
pencil. Like, so it was something more genuine about it. Not to say that, anything's wrong with CGI and, computer made graphics now, but it was just, I don't know. It just felt more special as far as these cartoons go because each one had their own distinct style.
That is very true.
No, all of them are kind of running in together.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
they all just, ugh.
Like the last most unique thing I've seen was Gumball.
Man, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Like that was like that art style. I fucking.
And I haven't seen a lot of that
Yeah.
cartoons with like cartoon on a live action plane. I haven't seen that in a lot of.
Oh man, that reminds me of Kablam.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Kablam. Action League now.
Exactly.
What? Meltman.
Life
Hogan
with
Riley.
freaking Loopy?
Melt.
Are you kidding me?
Thunder Girl. What?
Man, what a show. Yeah, that was a great
They can
show.
bring that back. Do not just bring it back.
Just
go in the
make it
crib,
available for
get
us,
that-
and that's it. That's all
get
I
that
ask.
orange VHS and blow
That's
the dust
all
off.
I ask. Just make it available for us.
Pop
That's
it.
it.
Y'all gonna hate me.
Don't.
I've never seen this show in my life.
That wraps up this episode of
I've
Verbal
never
Vibe
seen this show
Mode.
in my life.
Shen. Well, no. You.
What?
Okay. I totally. Right. We're just gonna
See,
leave now. So all
I've
right.
never
That's
seen
my
it. I've
pen.
never seen one single episode of this. Y'all say Kablam. I'm sitting here looking it up like, oh, maybe yeah. No, I don't.
I believe I put it on for us to watch one time. So
Did you?
I don't know.
Oh,
I believe
okay.
you've seen it.
I
You just
watched,
don't. Yes.
but I was also at work, so I couldn't see the
Yes,
whole
I
thing.
have.
oh, okay. Clearly he wasn't paying attention.
So
Well,
I did not have the same experience with
Alright.
Kablam
no,
as
I
us.
mean it looks interesting.
Yeah. Kablam was like just Snick in general.
Yeah,
Which is Saturday night, Nickelodeon, for those who didn't know. It was a time with our little preteen selves.
because Kong, you missed out around that time, I believe. Like, because Nickelodeon did a thing with the 3D glasses that you had to get your cereal box and get your 3D glasses.
see,
I don't know if they do that today with cartoons, like do like shit like that.
Yeah, are they as
Uh,
interactive? Like I remember that with Simpsons. They did Smell-O-Vision, they did the 3D glasses thing. Yeah, they were
don't know if
very
they do
interactive
that.
in the 90s.
yeah,
90s was
that was just the
yeah,
'90s thing. The '90s was just
consumerism,
like,
but it was still it made you the
yeah,
engagement was real. Like we didn't have the social medias as far as like, instant interaction and satisfaction. So I guess that was how we interacted with the shows and you go to school, you talk to
Oh,
your
yeah.
friends and
Like
everything.
you saw it last night, and then you would be mad if you didn't get the box. Because I had some friends
Yes.
that I got the box late one time. Like when it first came out,
Mhm.
I didn't get the box until the next weekend. I was hurt.
Yeah.
I missed the
Yeah.
first weekend that happened because I think they did it for like the whole summer. I think it was like
Man.
every other week the whole summer or some shit like that.
Yeah, thinking about that, that's a whole thing within itself. There was a lot of
Yeah,
engagement.
Nickelodeon did not play
Yeah,
back then.
for sure.
They didn't play. They knew how to get kids to watch TV
Yeah.
and have fun.
Yeah, exactly. And actually doing something other than watching this show.
yeah, I miss those days. When I watched cable, I would me and my brother would only watch Cartoon Network.
Mhm.
So I really didn't know what the programming was. No. All I knew about was SpongeBob.
Oh, wow.
And I knew that SpongeBob
That's
annoyed
very
me.
late.
So so I
Dang, you missed
never
Nickelodeon in
watched
its heyday.
Nickelodeon.
Oh, boy.
You missed when Cartoon Network was showing Thundercat.
Yeah. I mean, whenever we got a chance, like, so we would watch stuff like Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Ed and Eddie. Like, we watched that stuff. Other than that, like, we never turned to the Disney Channel. We never turned to Nickelodeon. So people was always talking, like, I didn't even find out that Doug was on Nickelodeon
Right.
until everybody yelled at me.
I'm about to yell at you again if you bring that up.
You didn't. My thing is, you didn't watch the end credits when they slapped the logo on the thing.
That's the thing. I never watched Doug. Like, I didn't see Doug until the movie.
That is terrible. In honor of nope. In honor of Doug. We will respect Doug as a show that came out back in 91 and honor that one, not the one that went to ABC/Disney owned. We're talking about OG Doug. The did that Doug,
No,
not
we're
the
talking
new one.
about orange
Not the
logo.
Nope. Please go to the next cartoon. Please go to the next cartoon.
No, sir. No.
Nope, I will not acknowledge that, Doug.
We're not going to talk about that one?
Not that version.
Oh, my goodness.
That was not necessary to me.
I'm just saying, it you know, I didn't think it was that bad, but apparently I am wrong.
Because you didn't see the OG, that's why. If you knew the OG, you would be like, okay, yeah, nah, not this one.
I honestly didn't know the difference. I just
You can tell. The animation styles, again, it was really raw with the
No,
OG
I
Doug, the
understand that.
newer one that, once they had Disney money, it got refreshed. It was a little bit clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with Disney?
Well,
Is it dirty money? Is Disney dirty money?
Story changed. But I remember, like, back then, you would go, you would pick your time block for whatever style you was that you had, because mind you, you had ABC, you had Warner Brothers, you had Fox, and depending your age, NBC had stuff. They had like educational stuff and all that stuff. So you always had stuff to watch. So you can build your block. Like me personally, I had like Pokemon, and then if Pokemon went off, I would go. Like if something went off on Fox, I would watch Warner Brothers. If something went off on Warner Brothers, I'd be at ABC, depending on the time, because you had like Recess that came on early, but then you had stuff that I wanted to watch, like Jackie Chan on Warner Brothers. You know, so that was the thing I missed about that.
man.
Like you would try to stick to your schedule of what you would want to watch. You'd be like, all right,
And the crazy thing is like a lot of these shows had long seasons. These weren't shows that had 2
man.
episodes.
So-
How did we manage to watch all of this?
dedication. Hard
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like,
I'm looking.
with what? The scheduling. And this is before
Yeah.
binge watching. Well, no binge watching. You were lucky if you got 2 episodes back to back that were in the same series in succession of the last episode that you just watched. It could have been a random episode from season 1, and then they play a random episode from season 3 that didn't even match
and
up.
he was good, but at least they told you if it
Mhm.
was going to be a new episode that week coming up, because you had your
Man.
afternoon morning schedule of that channel, and they would tell you
The dedication and
Yeah.
organization. Yeah.
most
Wow.
organized I've ever been in my life.
I'm just thinking of that. That's just yeah. Especially because now it's just literally at your fingertips. You can turn on, I
Yeah,
wanna watch
on
Simpsons
demand
season
kind of
freaking
thing.
5,
Oh.
episode 3. Like, it's just boom, right there.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to wait for that time for it to come on or check the freaking
Mhm.
TV guide and check the more info box to see what episode was
Hopefully you
coming
see
on
that new.
and let it say TV info not
Yeah,
available.
if it's not available or just new on it. Oh man.
You got the mystery episode.
That's
You're like,
new.
oh,
We
please be in
watching
one I
that.
didn't
I don't
see.
know anything. And that means it was like, and when you saw that,
Man.
it meant it was like
Man,
2 or
they
3
had,
days
I'm
old.
looking.
I bet. So
Yeah.
after the 4th day, that you lost that new thing. And
I'm looking at this lineup
regular.
for the Disney stuff that they had. From the 90s, you had 101 Dalmatians,
Mm-hmm.
Doug, which
Disney.
apparently they
Yeah.
hated.
Mm-hmm.
But you had Recess, Pepper Ann, Hercules, uh, Schoolhouse Rock, Bugs Bunny and Tweety Show, Sabrina, the animated series. Man, I used to love Sabrina.
Yeah.
Show was
I
great.
still
That
like
was a good series.
Oh my goodness.
We had the Weekenders.
I honestly
Yes,
don't know about
Weekenders.
that show. I'm
What?
not even gonna hold
I don't know if
What?
you
Sorry.
guys know
How do
about
you
that
see the
shit.
Doug movie, but you don't know freaking the Weekenders?
you.
Really?
Again, grew up no cable. Stop that.
You keep saying this,
Right,
but
like,
you've
this
seen
is-
the most obscure things. How have you seen the Doug movie, but you have not
wasn't
seen
on
the
cable.
It came
Weekenders?
out, and I think, not really sure. I
What
stole
is
the VHS from
happening?
my cousin.
Help! Why are you stealing tapes?
Because I've never
You
seen
know
the
what?
Doug.
Let's continue with Disney. There was also, did you say Recess?
It said
I don't know if he said Recess.
Recess is the show.
Okay, good. Proud Family.
Yes, Proud Family. How we have not mentioned that already? Like, that's crazy.
Man, oh man. Especially at that time, they actually had like a black cartoon show that was like
Word.
legit and not like corny. It
And
made
a
everything.
hard theme song.
Yes.
And a
Thank you,
hard theme
Solange.
song.
A lot of famous people in that show.
Oh yeah, so many cameos. That they really did
So
have a good
that
roster.
was a great
That
to
show
see.
was written well too. We can do Fox next.
Oh, word. The Action Channel. If you really wanted to go. Because you had your X-Men, you had your Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four, Street Sharks, Biker
Man.
Mice from Mars, Spark Cats. You had, when you wanted to go, you went to Fox.
Spider-Man.
Yes. Spider-Man.
Thank you.
Fox did have all the damn action, to be honest. They really did.
Fox had the action.
Power Rangers.
I
Come
mean,
on.
Fox had,
I'm
yeah,
telling you.
that is
They
very
had it
true.
all.
Like kids WB would tease you with Batman, but Fox is like, listen, we understand that you're kids, but we also understand
Dang.
that you need to punch something every once in a while. We're gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it for you. They had everything. Everything, like literally anything you can think of on Fox, they were just, yeah, here's something that's crazy. Like it didn't even matter. Like Jay said, you was going to Fox for the act, and I was perfectly okay with that.
That's true. Yeah. They were like they had a great lineup in comparison to Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon at that time. I feel like they obviously both of those respectively had their cartoons, but again, it was cable. So if you didn't have cable, everybody had Fox.
Everybody had Fox. Oh man, I forgot about Ghost Rider.
Oh man.
But that's
Actually,
for
wait.
another
No, you cannot.
that's for
Yeah,
another day. That's for
no.
another day.
Put a pin in that, actually.
I'm sorry, it popped up.
Ding.
And I'm like, oh snap! And I had to bring myself down. I had to woosah over here. Oh man, Eek the Cat, Power Rangers, Tasmania, even Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, Bobby's World.
Bobby's World. Oh my goodness,
Don Channel.
Thunderbirds. Like it's just, man.
They had literally a lot. It's freaking Tiny Toons.
Oh, forgot about that.
Hey, they really did have everything.
Don Chana.
Mm. The Tick. The Tick was a. I don't know.
The
I can't
Tick
remember who it was.
was pseudo adult-ish.
Tiny
I liked it.
Because they had the cartoon.
Yeah.
And then they made the live action
Yeah,
one.
I liked the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon.
You know what?
It went to Comedy Central along with the Critic and all the rest of those.
Yeah,
That
I
was
didn't
part of that
watch that.
lineup.
But it was even on
I mean, if
HBO.
y'all want to talk about adult cartoons, we can, because those were being watched as
we'll
well.
save that one for another day.
Sailor Moon. Anybody remember Beetle? Ah, no. I'm gonna have to hold off on that one.
You saw it.
It's so much good stuff that happened on Fox that you're just like, I don't want to, but
but
like,
but
I'm trying to hold back, y'all. I'm trying to hold back.
the Life with Louie.
Wow. The fact that he just had his voice at that age.
Facts. And he looks like he just had his voice at that age.
Is a smoker's voice.
What? Okay, does anybody remember oh my goodness, what was that cartoon with Tone Loc? Sea Bear and Jamal.
Oh,
See,
okay.
word,
Sea Bear
word.
and
Wow, as soon
Jamal.
as he said it, it just
Yeah, yeah.
wow.
George Wallace was in this show.
I got
Kim
that.
Fields,
Yep.
Ari Spears. What?
Was it the same animator as Bebe's Kids?
I think
I
so.
believe so.
Because
Because that style was very similar.
I'm seeing the same thing. He had a red hat or some shit like beige bear.
Yeah.
And some of the
These
type of see if
they
I'm
not
right.
gonna know nothing about no Sea Bear and Jamal. I used to make sure I watched every single rerun of that show. Like I did not care. That show was so good. Oh, how the heck did I forget about Digimon? Everybody was on that whole
Everybody's
Digimon
still poking
kick.
crazy, so yeah.
The only reason I feel like Digimon didn't do as well as Pokemon is because the marketing was straight doo-doo trash. Like Digimon even had some pretty good video games, and they're just like, do you believe in this?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
They had that. I give them. They had that cool Tamagotchi thing
Yeah,
that
I,
you like
I
could link
remember
together,
that.
and you can battle. You remember that? You can battle stuff.
Man, the
Man,
90s were great. So much interactive stuff.
yeah.
Oh, they had the Godzilla series. That wasn't too bad. It was bad.
It was, no, yeah, no, it was bad.
There's a lot of, like I said, 90s was full of a like
Pretty
we can't
much.
just sit here and act like there was
Like, it was very innovative.
It was hit and misses in every decade, but it was mostly when they try to do like it's whenever they try to do like movie adaptation for the TV shows or vice versa.
Oh,
Like when they do shit like that, they always
I
drop the
hate
ball. So it's a gift.
I hated it. Like it doesn't. Why? Why do you think that this needs a cartoon
Money,
adaptation?
the moon, the greasy porn.
Yeah,
That's what.
I mean, yeah, I get it, but Toonsylvania? Good grief! I haven't seen this show. Wow, Toonsylvania actually used to be good. I mean, it was a ripoff of Animaniacs, but it used to be good.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh man, I want to go back to these days. Can we just have the '90s back, just for like a year?
A year.
Just.
Yeah, we know because I
Because you
want
wouldn't want to come back.
You're right.
word.
Oh,
I'm saying we're gonna need at least a good 6-year run.
You know what's crazy about this? All these programs that we talking about, we ain't even get into
Mm.
You where?
Deke.
Oh,
Oh my god. Do, 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 do. Deke.
you guys broad yelling that stuff out, and you would just say it in class.
Looking out the window. Girl, if you don't go to bed.
You would just say
Yo.
that in class just because you would hope you get in trouble for saying it. No bullshit. You would. Because I was that person. I was that kid that said
This
it.
is crazy. The stuff that they have for this is ridiculous. They had so many different conglomerate. You're like, where do I start?
Right.
Because they weren't, they weren't locked down to like NBC or anything like that. They was just producing TV shows. So they could pretty much do whatever they wanted.
Are you talking about Deke specifically? Oh, that's way beyond the
Yeah.
90s. The one that we remember specifically was the little girl in her bedroom and then zoomed out the window. But I remember that from like Inspector Gadget and shit too.
That's why I was trying to see what else they had back then. No, they had a lot of shows. They had a bunch of shows. Had G.I. Joe, The Wizard of Oz, which I know you guys hate. Captain Planet. Oh crap! I forgot about that.
Come on.
I forgot about Captain
You
Planet.
forgot
I'm
about
sorry.
Captain Planet?
I do forget about.
How?
dare you.
Planet.
Who's the
How
hero?
dare you can remember Mucha Lucha.
Witch Kid. Oh, I loved Witch Kid.
Ah,
And Pro Stars. Yo, I love Pro Stars. Oh, that was good stuff. That was good stuff. Oh my goodness. I remember Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I wonder who Who did? Wait, when was Sonic Underground? That was the early '90s too.
No, the cartoons were that memorable that they stick with people still. Like, I don't even know of a modern cartoon that's, that much of an impact on me, like,
It's not
of yeah, it just doesn't hit the same.
like, and don't get me wrong, like you do have a lot of cartoons today, but kind of because they pretty much force it in your face. Like
Mhm.
the only reason I know about Teen Titans Go is because my daughter was listening to a song from the window called the Booty Scooty song. The show is trash. Like,
Oh my god.
like it hooks the kids in by having stuff like that. You're like, this,
Yeah, just like goofy
it,
stuff, they don't really try
yeah.
for their humor.
Yeah, so as soon as she gets older, she's gonna be ready for the regular Teen Titan stuff, no problem.
I listen. I've been feeding her old school cartoon. Like I would put
No, I mean
Recess
like
on
because you know,
just cause.
well, you know,
Like you watch good. Shoot, like we're gonna sit here. We're gonna watch
Mhm.
an hour of Recess.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna
well,
watch an hour of
you're
Gargoyle.
doing it right. You're
All
doing it
right,
just
and then
doing
we'll
it right.
see where life takes us. I can't stand these new cartoons, man. They just it's all too samey. It's all boring. The animation fired. The
Yeah,
script.
and then they try too hard to be, like,
Ugh.
not even cutting edge, just try to be edgy.
Yeah,
It's just like, this isn't funny if the joke is on the
thank
nose.
you. Thank you. I keep saying that. People don't understand. I don't want the joke in my face.
Like be like the Rugrats or Rocco's Modern Life. Put the jokes in that I'm too young to realize. Because my parents are watching with me and they're just busting out laughing. I'm looking at it. What the fuck is so funny?
Mhm.
hmm I mean, I don't get it. So I'm not talking about 3 cartoons that I named, because those are really good. I mean, you even had stuff like Chowder and Flapjack and cartoons like that. But these are newer ones. They're just not good. Like, it's such a it's so try hard now because they're trying to capture what the other stuff had back when we was growing up, and it's like, no, no. I can show you respect if you're actually trying, but it's just dumb stuff. It's stupid humor. It's stupid humor. It's not, yeah,
I feel like
Yeah, they're
I'm
corny.
too old for Trix
Sorry.
cereal. At this point, when it comes to cartoons, like I don't see the shapes. Like these don't look like grapes no more. They're just circles with swirls on them. These guys are bugging with these cartoons. They need to get better. Feel too old to watch. No,
Yeah, let's see what we can get away with type of humor.
they this is the peak of them getting better.
no. The peak
And
was
like I said,
getting better when I was watching
unless
Jackie Chan and stuff. You guys it ruined my childhood. I love cartoons, and they fucking it up.
and that's why you need to get Boomerang. This episode is sponsored by
I wish. Can you imagine? Yo, I want Pink Panther. Come through banana splits, Penelope can't stop, wacky racist. Please, I wish. Man,
They even take the Snorks, damn it.
the Snorks was fire. Don't even front on the Snorks.
No,
And they had a fire intro.
what
I
the
don't.
heck is
I don't
a
care
Snork?
if you people. I'm looking at you.
A
I'm
Snork is basically
if you pick
what happened before the
fucking
Smurfs.
Smurfs off with the damn Snorks, we can't be cool. We can't pick
I
on the Smurfs
cannot.
over the Snorks. I'm gonna tell you that now, to your face, to your ears. You know,
I have
you know
no
what I
idea
mean.
what they're talking about, guys.
Oh my god, why don't you know
Speak-
anything?
How you got? You know the
I do know
Smurfs?
the Smurfs. I know the Smurfs.
You know
Are
the
you
Snorks?
sure you know the
I know
Smurfs?
what a Snork is. I know what Snork
So the
is.
Snork was like the answer to the Smurfs, but they were very similar creatures, but underwater.
Do they
Way
It's
wrestle?
like
live. It was way
SpongeBob
live.
before SpongeBob happened.
Yeah, basically, it was way more live than the Smurfs. Smurfs was whack. No, you know what the Smurfs was, so
Yeah,
you went and watched the Snorks. You know what that was about. You know what that
yeah.
was. I ain't got
And
time.
Imma say it again, the intro. Just go look up the intro of the Snorks and tell me you not jamming right now.
Right, yeah, just the song alone. You what? Come along with the Snorks. What's alright. Let you tell.
I'm not gonna do that.
You are. After we finish, you are. I will play it for you. You don't have a
Yeah, I'm
choice.
telling you. And then listen to the Smurfs intro.
Yeah, whatever the hell that was.
Pressing shit is that shit is mad depressing. I used to turn the channel every time I heard that fucking horn. I was like, "Oh, you know how you was lay in the bed and you just start watching TV and you hear that shit, you just jump up looking for the remote, trying to change it. You about to go to sleep. You don't give a fuck. But you hear that horn and you just want to turn that shit off.
I never watched either one of those shows, so
Nah, Smurfs was more my jam. Smurfs was just on because it was on type of
Yeah,
show.
but if it was, I could not hear the intro. That's what that was. It was Gargamel's fucking spell casting. That I was like, no, no, not in the
Hmm.
theme song. Get out of here.
oh man, that's freaking great. I want my '90s back.
Man.
Yes, give it to me.
You
I
know, shout
deserve.
out to Busy World of Richard Scarry. That was one of my favorite shows as a kid. The illustration alone, because you grew up with the books and it was just like seeing that like living. This is like more Nick Jr. shit. I'm sorry because I am a child
Yeah.
still. Like you sit here learning stuff, but it's still a good time.
MC Hammer had a cartoon. I don't think anybody wants to talk about that, but it was a cartoon, people.
I feel like there's so many
Oh,
cartoons we didn't even touch on. Like we're gonna have to expand. Freaking longest running series in the 90s is still going. Hello, Simpsons.
mhm.
Like it's there's so much. There's so many to name. Like we can't even name all of them.
They knew how to entertain.
But it was just a great little time. Like 90s in general, innovation
No,
Mhm.
yeah, just entertainment.
for sure. You always had something to do. Like even without like the whole guise of social media that people have now and everything. Internet was
Listen,
there, but it
good.
wasn't our primary
Listen, people.
source of fun.
Yeah, you realize like how little you need to entertain yourself. From
Facts.
that time, you need too much nowadays.
Yeah. I wish we could like literally go through all of the cartoons, but
Word, like
we'll have to put a pin in it and come back because there are branching topics off of this, I'll say. Now that I'm thinking, I'm just like, we're
Ah,
obviously gonna have to revisit this because this is a lot broader than what we had planned for. But it's still a good time. We named a couple that were our favorites. We ran down
yeah.
memory lane from network to network, the Saturday to Sunday morning cartoons.
It felt kind of rapid fire.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I mean, it's nostalgic. We didn't want to have it like too buttoned up and
Yeah.
produced. One of our kickback episodes, guys. We will be back to continue our mini series with the episode of tune in next week because I am telling you, mind your business. And that wraps up this episode of Verbal Vibe Mode. Please subscribe to us on your
Mind your
favorite
business.
podcasting app. Feel free to leave us a message if you know you think there is something that we missed. Not intentionally, because we just basically were going off the head and like what we thought. Just tell us, share. Care to share? What was your favorite show? Leave a message. You can use the Anchor app or anchor.com. Search for Vibe Mode and it'll come right up. You can also follow us on social media. We're on Instagram and Twitter. Visit us at www.verbalvibemode.com. That's www.verbalvibemode.com. You can find more information. But yeah, that's about it. But we'll be back. We have a lot to it's a lot of unfinished business here.
Later.
I love y'all.